There's two parts to that question. I mean, the city has a definite role in economic development, and that's why we presently supply over $6 million to Calgary economic development. What we need to do, though, is separate the idea of job creation from economic development. If we can entice businesses to come here, that creates jobs, and that's what we should be doing. It's not the city's role to go out there and create jobs, but in a downturn, we should be doing what we can to bring the economy alongside, and that's what we've done with Calgary infrastructure. Is we've actually done a number of capital projects so that we had local jobs working here, but we shouldn't be going out there and creating jobs for the sake of jobs.
That's a good question. There's quite a few factors that are already on the website with the City of Calgary, and they are prosperous economy, compact city, great communications and communities, good urban design, connecting the city, greeting the city, and managing growth and change within our city. So for more information, go to the Calgary website, and it's all there for you to break it down into further details. By being well-informed on where we are with our tax dollars are being spent and looking into what percentages are utilized to benefit city residents of the taxes levied. Property tax rates are determined from polls, public engagement, review of economic and financial forecasts, socio-demographic trends, population, growth, projections, inflation, service plans, levels, and costs. The Council approves a 4-year business plan and budget, taking into account all these inputs and more. This happened last of November 2013 and had the approval of action plan taken in 2015 to 2018, which can again be found on the City of Calgary website. Take into consideration that this may emphasize that my emphasis will be focused on my concerns within my ward, but will not lose sight of what those affect the whole entire city.
Well, one of the most difficult things with Ward 12 right now is making sure that we have city infrastructure and city services there. We've been missing that for a number of years, and since 2010 that has been increasing and increasing, and now we're getting a number of those. But keeping taxes low enough but providing valuable service is the balance we have to look at. We have to make sure that in comparison to other municipalities, and we are in the lowest third of taxation, but are we in the higher part as far as services? When we look at those two comparisons, I think we're actually hitting the balance.
Being actively involved with minor hockey for many years, I feel that the NHL sports team representing our city has many advantages. As far as the existing proposal, I am aware of the negotiations that have been taking place, and am confident that the current council and the city managers will work towards a viable solution. If I am elected, I will continue to work with council, utilizing my negotiation skills for a win-win solution.
Well, I'm in favor of a new arena. I'm in making sure that the Flames organization or any major sports organization is the core of our arts and cultural center down in Victoria Park. We have to understand that. But that doesn't mean that I'm willing to go above and beyond and using taxpayers' dollars without thought of should we be putting in or should we not. I think there's a level, there's a point where we have to understand that there isn't. I disagree with the concept that a ticket tax paid by the users is part of the sports organization's income and therefore they're paying for more. I disagree with the fact that the lease that they might pay on the building is payback for the $130 million that the city has already said that they would be putting in. I think that's just to pay for some of the service ongoing year after year that we would do, policing, street cleaning, what any organization pays within the city. So to sum it up, we need a new arena. We need to keep a major sports organization here, but we can't pay for it all ourselves. So there's been 3 issues since I was elected in 2010. Recreation, and we kind of solved that because we've done outdoor athletic park, and we've opened 3 recreation centers within the area in the last 3 years. So I mean, that's the second was the transportation. There was no viable public transportation from Ward 12. We're getting to that with some crosstown BRT, with the 302, the BRT, and of course with the Green Line. So What I have to do then is continue to make sure that that transportation is easing the difficulty within the ward. We have to make sure that the Green Line will be on track and it'll actually go as far south as possible. But in conjunction with those is the ability for residents to get out of that area. We are a suburban area. There's nothing wrong with suburbs. We are a suburban area and there's nothing wrong with suburbs, but what we have to be able to do is make sure that vehicle transportation is still viable in the area, and there's a number of things we have to do to correct that.
Issues like not having a police department east of the river, I feel that this is a vital part of our community safety. Why not use some of our city facilities to house and accommodate small police stations and community stations, just like you would see within a shopping center? With the growth and encroachment of our neighborhoods and our economic downturn, many wells and sites are now orphaned, as companies no longer operate them. These facilities are now being managed by the Orphan Well Association, which falls under the provincial government. Keep in mind, it'll be the City of Calgary's first responders that will be our front line. Are proper emergency response mechanisms in place to address these major issues, like the Fort McMurray fire? I would say not. If evacuation is not an option, how are we all going to manage to keep our people safe? Let's keep our communities safe and manage through awareness and come up with better communication and action plans, which I manage for rural Alberta projects with my career already.